Okay, so on with the baby's face. Now you can see how textured this card really is. When you run the pencil just over, you can see the textures all there, which is, it gives a natural, very lifelike look, because you're left with some texture. But on a baby's face, you've got to be really careful that there's not too much, because there's hardly anything, you know, you've got no wrinkles or anything on a baby's face. So you've got to be careful not to overdo their shading, and you've got to have it there, and you've got to have the light and shade to give the face the proper, you know, shape and everything. But you've really got to be careful not to overdo this, and the baby can easily look old if you do that. We'll do a bit of the shaping around the nose here now that I chose. Now you can just see baby's face shape is just here. Just get the finesse in here a bit. Then you merge the shading out from there. So you haven't got a line around the baby's face, it just merges in gently. Just got to be a bit, just careful how you do it really. And the shaping is going quite a way in. As soon as we blend it with the blender, it goes darker, and then when you use the chamois, it just, a lot of it goes just disappears onto the chamois, which is good, because, you know, we need it very soft. I'm just going to get on with this now. Just be quiet for a bit and get on with it. Just concentrate on what I'm doing. Just put a light guide in there. That's the way you go about it really. So just use whatever else you've got on there. This is darker coming through here, but then it fades. It's still going in around here. Very gently though. Just coming down here. There's a shape here. I'm looking at that now. Just trying to make that shape around the baby's eye. So get quite close to the eye. And it kind of just comes down. Just about here. Then there's a little bit of shading in here, not much. And of course we're going over the 4H, which will help us keep things very light. Yeah. Slightly angled, and then that's going to come up here. There's a little mark comes up there, just under there, and then this is off. Just get the shapes in, and then you can do the fine bit of detailing and the merging of it all afterwards. Just clean the rubber off after every time you use it. So this is as dark as this. I'm looking at the shading now. It's a bit lighter across here, but this is darker. Then it's coming from the bit of shading that we've already done. It's quite shaded across here actually. There's a little bit of lightness, but it's quite shaded. It's a bit light on the edge of the lips. I'm going to avoid brushing over the baby's mouth because it's got charcoal on now. I don't want to spread it around at the moment. Then we've got a little line that's coming right through, just here. Just about there. It's a bit of shading. Then it's coming around here, quite close up to her mouth. Almost on her mouth actually. A very fine, lighter line around the edge of her lips. There, goes to about there. very dark here. Where it goes into a little dress here is pretty dark. Being a bit more careful about the line here. Then kind of comes down about here. And there's a little bit there, it's very dark in there. Very, very dark in there. That's her dress. That's it. Now it's dark, very dark here. There's obviously a bit more shadow here. I've just got to merge it in, just gently, a bit more carefully there. It's all merging. It's all merging. This is dark here. Coming from that line, it's very dark. It's probably a little bit too much there, but a lot of it's going to disappear, so don't worry about that for now. We'll just get a chin in. Now, a lot of the darkness here on this side of her face, I think that's quite an accurate line. We'll just copy that, just go over it. A lot of the darkness around here is on her dress, just off her face, just little dark patches. I've put them in, see, so it'll save us time. Bit of a gap here, just coming around here, very soft. And then there's more of a shape coming here. It's more of a shape. It's about this distance from this dark patch there. And it's coming up on her lips here, just about here. Okay, so that's coming like that. And it's sort of going up slightly. Just fill that in. Coming up here, that's right. Going down. And this is all shaded, but it's pretty pale. So we'll just put some colour in there. And here we've got some shading around our nose. There's quite a bit actually, by the looks of it. Quite a bit. So we'll just make this a little bit clearer so we don't lose it. In the picture it's not very discernible, but obviously it'd be nice to show where a little nose starts, because I think it'll help. This is quite a bit darker. I know we've already done a bit of blending on this, but we haven't done the chamois on this bit yet. It's a darker area through here, just there. That's darker through there. There. This has got to go up here a bit. Sorry to whisper, I just get so carried away. It's like I'm talking to myself, really, in a way. I'll stop whispering. I've put our eyebrows in very gently. We can darken them if we want to a little bit. They've got to be there, but they're very, very slight. There's a bit of shading here. And you've really got to look hard when you've got a picture like this to really get a feel for where the shading is, because it's just so flat, you know, the whole thing is just very flat because of the way the photograph was taken away. They're right away from the light, they're really opposite. They've got the light behind them, which is going to be lovely, I think. But we need to really pay attention to this, otherwise we won't be getting any kind of good shading in the baby's face. This needs to come out here a bit. Just looking at the width of the shading there. Just a bit. It's going to come down a bit, I think. It's ending up just here, just there. And then a little bit up to about there. Yeah, that's it. So, put the shadow in. So it's there. Just fill that in. Again, around her nose. Which is probably a lips. Just, it's not very apparent in the picture, but it's there, so I'm going to put it in. And here. This is coming down a bit here. A bit darker here. Darker there. Darker there. Straight from here, there's a line coming straight up from the lips there, and it's quite prominent, and it's then joined up to this bit of shading here. That's it. So we've got a line coming like that. A little bit too long, so just take that off, but it's there. It's the edge of her mouth. It's quite strong. We'll keep that in. We've got a little, we need a little gap here. That's it. Now I've got a bit more shading here around that line. It's coming out. I'm being very careful with that bit because I know from past experience those bits are really important around the mouth. Shade around the edge here, up to about here. Shading here, coming round, up a bit here, kind of coming quite close to this here. Yeah, it's a bit soft around here. Then it's coming down, which we've measured. That's coming up there. And that was our marker there. So we need to come up here. See, so just need to make changes as we go along. We just keep checking it. A little bit of shading through here, not much, and then we've got this kind of light shading here on her cheek. very light. It's up from here. Just going up a bit. Just like a little mark there. Just measuring it here, just looking at this area here. And where it is on the mum's chin, there's a little bit of stuff I put in here, which is the shaping on the baby's dress, that I thought would be good for measuring exactly where the shape of the baby's face comes. It's just about here, that bit there that we're working on now. It's looking a bit heavy there. Yeah, that's looking good actually, yeah. It's just a bit of shading. Starts right here, very light. And then here, it is shaded, but this is a bit darker here. This little patch here, going across, and down. Some light shading in here. A little bit stronger here. Just about here, coming right down here, under a nostril there, just about here. It's coming out slightly, over there. This is darker.